This is checkpoint 10 here. We're gonna try something a little different today. This is me driving on the streets of Macau. The game's called Race 07 by Simbin. Picked it up for $20, relatively cheap. The game's focused mainly on the WTCC, but it's also got this F3000 car that I'm driving. So if you've read my blog lately, you know that I'm a big fan of Macau. I think it's one of the most challenging tracks in the world. And more importantly, it's a truly great example of how a race event should be organized. It stands on its own. It doesn't need Formula 1 or Bernie Eccleston or anything to sustain itself. It was started by a local businessman named Teddy Yip. It's been around since 1954, and since then it's become a big event in Macau. And it's so ingrained into the local culture that the people there just expect it to happen year after year. You know, like a festival. And it's gonna keep happening 20 years from now. There's still gonna be a Macau Grand Prix. Whether it's for F3 or F2 or whatever, there's going to be a race there. It's always going to be a classic. And that's what's missing in most Formula 1 races today. Honestly, I can't guarantee that any of the races are going to be on the calendar 20 years from now, with the exception of Monaco. And of course, Monaco is going to be around because it's actually supported by all the wealthy people who live there. It's become a part of the character of Monaco, and on top of that, the circuit is so awe-inspiring and dangerous that it actually means something to win there. The thing is, I really disagree with Formula 1 races going overseas, because none of the races have any character or any history. You can't just bring the Formula 1 circus to a track that's never been used before to people who don't have any racing in their culture, and then expect it to be a sustainable event. It's not going to happen. People in India want to have a race, they'll do what Macau did. They'll start one themselves, make it successful for the next 10 years, start with running sports cars or F3 or whatever, make sure the local people actually accept it and support it, and then bring the international competition there. Another great example is Long Beach. People in LA know there's a race in Long Beach, and they go there and see it every single year. There's never even been a question of whether it's going to be there next year or not. The race event has become tradition. You know, whether they're running Formula 1 or Indy cars or Champ cars, it doesn't matter. There's going to be a race there. But the key difference between Long Beach and all the other street races in North America is that the event stands on its own. It doesn't need a particular series to be successful. You know, maybe it's just a matter of attitude from the race organizers. People who run these races, they should do it independently. They should do it primarily to serve and to entertain the community, not to serve the interests of Formula 1 or IndyCar. And if the people don't want to race, they shouldn't force it to happen. So anyway, thanks for watching. Just thought it'd be fun to try something different. Sorry about the terrible driving. This is why I'm a blogger, not a race car driver. Let me know if this is something you'd like to see again.